Willie D Live.
What's up, family? NBA champions, the New York Knicks, has been invited to the White House. Invitation accepted. Except many of the players are saying, no, 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 speak for yourself. I ain't going. I'm not going. Yeah. Reportedly, fam, the players are saying they're not going to the White House. So it looks like the owner, James Dolan, and Trump will be at the White House doing what they normally do when they're at games. Sleep. Yeah, here they sleeping together. Yeah. Anyway, fam, I can't blame them. The only time the New York Knicks lost the game during the championship is when Trump showed up. The dude is bad luck. Dark Cloud, man. Dark Cloud. That should be his nickname. Dark Cloud. He's just bad news. Just everywhere he goes, like a hurricane, just leaves a lot of destruction and disparity. It's a lot of destruction and despair, man, you know. Yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. I would be extremely surprised if that team actually showed up because the city of New York does not like Trump. I mean, they hate his guts. They hate his guts, boy. They were booing him. Boy, they booed him so bad. And he's so delusional, he thought they were cheering for him. You remember when he went to the game? He went to the game and everybody had to change their whole schedule up, change up their routine. They had to change protocol. People were used to showing up to games. The people that didn't go into the games, they were used to going to the stadium and being outside of, well, the arena, and being outside of the arena and watching the games and just partying, having fun. And because New York is pretty much downtown, right? It's in the city, like smack dead in the city, right? So whereas other cities, for example, like Houston, we have tailgate parties. Not so much for the Rockets, but football. Well, all football teams do that, but we sometimes have tailgate parties also for the Rockets, right? But moving on, they don't like it because he disturbed their peace. He took them off their routine, and they lost big time. Well, they didn't lost big time, but they lost. It was a big game, game 3. They hadn't lost, I think they said they hadn't lost a game in like maybe 14 competitions, and they finally lost when Trump showed up. Yeah, I thought he was going to mess around and jinx them for most of the rest of the series. I still didn't believe that San Antonio would be able to pull it off, but I thought that New York would probably lose at least 1 or 2 more games. But what do I know, right? Oh, and congratulations to you New York Knicks fans, man. Y'all deserve it. 53 years, man. 53 years straight. No championship. Yeah, that's tough. But anyway, fam, yeah, I don't believe that the Knicks is going to show up and the players. I don't think they're going to go to the White House because they're saying that Trump ain't it. They don't want to be around this dude because he's a divider, right? Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are saying that they don't want to be around Trump because he's just not the type of person who is good to be around. They don't want nothing to do with him. Nothing. The players won't go. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. Trump thinks that he owns the players. He thinks he can make the players do what they want to do because he can make the owner do what he wants him to do. And how is it that an owner considers himself a friend of Trump? I thought Trump didn't have any friends. Yeah. Hopefully the players will all have to, hopefully they'll get together and say, nah, man, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. It must really suck, man, to be the president of the United States, such a prestigious position, right? It's a prestigious position. It's one where usually, everybody want to meet you. Everybody want to be around you. Everybody want to take a picture. And there are a lot of people that still do, people that don't really have a lot of integrity. People don't have class, people don't have any type of honor about themselves. They want to meet him. They think it's great to meet him, like they really have bought into the whole presidential persona, right? So they want to meet him. But people who bought something, they know they don't want nothing to do with him. They don't want to be nowhere around him. That must really sucks. They should request that Trump do not contact their owner out of respect. Like, don't jinx us, man. Like, don't come around our owner, like, don't come around him, man, because, it might rub off. That bad luck might rub off. Hopefully, now this would be dope right here. Hopefully, James Dolan wife get in his ear. I don't know if he's married or not, but he got a girlfriend or something with all that money. So he got somebody, right? Yeah. So hopefully they'll get in his ear and get on him real, real hard. Like, okay, look, James, I've been supporting you for a long time. I've supported you for every damn thing you've ever done. I supported you through all of these losing years. You haven't always been a winner, James. And just as you seemed like everything was going good, you got on a losing streak when you became friends with Donald Trump. And I'm going to tell you, the reason why I do not stay in the room when he comes to visit is because I smell his breath, Dolan, I smell his breath. And I don't like it. That's why. And I wish you would not be friends with him, because when you're around him, it's almost like you're kissing him or something, because I can smell his breath on you. But it would be dope if his wife got in his ear and told him, hey, do not go. Either me or him. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now, this marks the first time since Donald Trump has been president that an NBA championship team is visiting the White House. So that's history. That's a little history right there. But again, we don't know till we see it. We will not know until they actually walk inside of the White House. I don't even know what the big deal is. Like, if I went to a place like the White House, the first thing that would come to my mind is slavery. I would immediately start thinking about how people who were enslaved built the White House. I would be thinking about that. Yeah, I would be thinking along those lines, like how free labor built the White House. And there's been many versions of the White House, much remodeling throughout the years and all that kind of stuff. So free Black people have also worked on that White House. Many of them who didn't get their checks. They were free, but they didn't get their money. So they still ended up working for free. Yeah. And then there's reports that there were other Black people who worked on building that White House and remodeling the White House over the years, who were supposed to get paid a fair amount, and they got paid less than their white counterparts for doing the exact same job. And I look around and I see them slave owners on the wall and stuff like that. I don't like places like that anyway. It really reminds me of a really dark era. I don't like it. Just like going to some of these courtrooms, man. You see some of them white dudes on the walls, man. You be like, yeah, especially the one with the white wigs on. All I can think about, man, all that subjugation and oppression. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't like it. So I'm one of those that I'm not impressed with the White House. I just wouldn't be impressed with the White House. I'd be more impressed by visiting a good, decent human being who has a White House than going to the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue. Yeah, that's how I rock. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.